Hi, I'm Robert, and today I'm going to show you how to take this image of Laguna Beach from here to here, all in Lightroom. In this image of Laguna Beach, I'll show you how to get the sky to really pop. We'll also be fixing some of the issues caused by this 3-stop soft edge graduated neutral density filter. We have these flare lines caused by the filter, and we have this flare here caused by shooting the Tokina 11-16 straight into the sun. That lens was prone to flaring, but otherwise it was a good lens. Let's start at the bottom like we always do. Update to the most current version. We'll skip vignetting. Let's rotate this image to straighten it. That looks good. As always, we'll add our profile corrections and our sharpening. Sharpen with 100 and then add a mask. Hold down the Alt key as you're adjusting your mask. We just want to sharpen the water and the rocks, but not the sky. That looks good. We'll skip this section for now. Let's cool down this image a little bit. We have too much warmth here in the water. That'll be a good starting point. We have a nice white blue tone in the water. We'll bring our highlights down to recover what we can from the sky. We're a little blown out here. And we'll bring our shadows up a little bit. I don't want to bring them all the way up like this. It looks a little unnatural in the rocks, so we'll bring it back down. That's a good starting point. We can bring our white point up a little bit when we just start to clip here. Then we'll do the same for the black point. Bring it down until we're about towards the edge. Now we set a nice contrast and we're using our full histogram, so we have a full dynamic range. Okay, we have our general starting point set, so let's adjust the colors here. I always start with luminance. Let's bring the oranges down a little bit to darken them up. We'll do the same with the blues. Then we'll go to saturation and we'll bring the oranges up a little bit. I'll leave the blues alone. I feel like we already have enough blue in the water here. Now to get the sky looking good, go up to your grad tool, pull it down, hold down shift to get the line straight. Reset all of your settings so we can start from a fresh point. Let's bring our exposure down to darken the sky so we can see where we're at. Looks pretty good there, but I want to warm it up a bit. So we'll use the temperature slider and bring it up. I want more of an orange sky versus the purpley sky that we had. We still have a magenta cast in the sky caused by the filter that I was using. It had a heavy magenta cast, but I think in this picture it worked out well, so I'll leave it in. Last thing I'm going to do here is to bring up the saturation quite a bit. We'll go a little bit more. That looks good. This is looking nice, except for you can see here we darkened up the rock and gave it this weird fade. So let's remove our settings from this area. So click on the brush, press down O so we can see our overlay. And then to turn your brush into an eraser, hold down Alt. And then brush over the area you want to remove. We have auto mask on, so it makes it pretty easy. That looks good. We're done with the brush. Let's fix some of these issues using the spot removal tool. Simply drag over it. Find a good spot for it and then press enter. That was easy enough. These might be a little more difficult. Let's paint over this. We'll do them one at a time. And try this one. That didn't work too well, so let's try adjusting it a little bit. Maybe we'll go up top. A little better. Let's try and touch up some of these areas. That looks a little better. Let's get our brush here. Let's just darken this area up to kind of hide it up a little bit. That's the mask. Turn that off with O for overlay. We'll just bring the exposure down a little bit to blend it in. There you go. That looks pretty good. Let's see if we can fix a little bit more. This one's going to be a difficult one too. Let's see if that works. Then we'll add a tiny bit here to here. There we go. We'll go back to the brush. We'll brush in some darker exposure. There you go. Not bad. Barely took any time. One last thing, let's see what we can do with this rock here. Let's paint it. Check our masking, looks fine. Reset the exposure. Let's add a little bit of texture to it. It's our foreground element, so we really want it to pop to help lead your eye through the image. The first thing that I kind of notice in this image is this rushing water right here in the rock. And the rock's kind of pointing towards the sun. It's always good to look for your composition using the rule of thirds. So this is the rule of thirds here. You have these two horizontal lines. These are usually where I place my horizon. So in this image, we have the horizon on this top line here. The reason why I use these lines to position my horizon is if we put the horizon right in the middle, you're not really telling your viewer what's more important, the sky or the land. In this image, even though we have a nice sunset, I feel like the foreground is really the main draw of this image. These points here can be used as key areas of your image. So up here we have the sun, and over here we have our rock and our water. So we're looking from here to here. So we're looking from left to right, and we're also looking from front to back. So it also leads your viewer's eye through the image. So that's how I used the rule of thirds for this image. And that's it. Looks pretty good to me. It was quick, simple. Didn't take a lot of time. If possible, I don't like to spend too much time in editing. I just get everything as close as I can in camera, bring it home, spend a couple of minutes editing it, and it's ready to go. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit that like button.